Hello everyone, my name is Dushime Dieudonne, the student from Agriculture Mechanization Year 2. We are going to discuss about how to use cropwat and the climwat to determine the amount of water needed by the plant. First, cropwat is a decision support tool developed by the Land and Water Development Division of FAO, which is used to determine the amount of water needed by the crop during the irrigation. And the climwat is a climatic database to be used in a combination with the computer program cropwat and the allow calculation of cropwat requirement, irrigation apply, and the amount of water needed by the plant. First, we start by the climwat. And the climwat also, it helps us to know the region where we carry out our planting. First, we select the country where our crop will be planted. It's better we choose our country, which is Rwanda. And you can display all stations within selected country or the station around the selected country. Let's display the all station within the selected country. So here there's a different stations. We can choose one station where we plant our crops. Let's choose Luana Colin. As you see on the map, this red dot shows the region where Luana Collins is located, and we can save our information on climwat. So after saving the information, we can go to the cropwat. Cropwat, I have said, cropwat will help us to know the types of soil, the climate, types of crop, and crop water requirement. As you see, there's criteria which are located on the left side. They are taken into account when we are considering the amount of water which will be needed during the irrigation. So first, we start by the climate. We insert the information which have been done in the climwat. We found here in the local disk C. On program file, and we have choose our station is Luana Colin. So after choosing the location, here there is a details which describe the climate of that station. There is a minimum temperature, humidity, wind, and evapotranspiration. Those are the criteria which will be considered to the climate while we're cropping our plant. So the second criteria is the rain, which help us to know the amount of rain which will be rained on the year, and the effective rain which will be infiltrated in the soil to be used by the crop. And we open. Same procedure as on the climate. Our station is Luana Colin. So here there is a lane which will be available on these different maps. In January there is a lane up to December, but all lane which falls on the ground does not infiltrate on the soil. There is effective lane which will be infiltrated in the soil to be used by the crops. If the lane is, for example, in January is 115, the effective lane will be the 93.8. That's all about the lane. And the following criteria is the crop, where we are going to choose the crop which will be planted in that station. Same procedure as the previously. Then we choose the types of crops. Okay, we can choose can choose sugarcane. Okay, here we can set the planting date of our sugarcane. So let's set like 4 February. We will plant our sugarcane on the 4th February, and the harvesting date will be the 3rd February next year. So the crop coefficient of sugarcane will be 0.4 initially, and on the middle season will be 1.25 up to the harvesting, and the rooting depth it will start to the 1.5 meter up to the constant rooting depth of the sugarcane, which is 1.5 meter too. So after choosing the crop, the next criteria is the soil. Which type of soil we are going to plant our crops. So let's choose the load loam soil. So the load loam soil, its total available moisture content is 180 mm per meter, and maximum rain infiltrated rate is the 30 mm per day, and the maximum rooting depth is 900 centimeters. That's all about the types of soil where our plant will be planted. So the final stage is to know the crop water requirement, the water which will be needed by the crop, maybe during irrigation, considering to the effective rainfall and the evapotranspiration. Here, as you see, when the effective rain is higher than the evapotranspiration, it means there is no need of irrigation. But when the evapotranspiration is higher than effective rain, we will need irrigation so that our plant will survive well. So it's better we use cropwat to know the amount of water our plant will be needed for its development for the purpose of getting the high production. So I encourage you, every farmers, to use cropwat because it is to know how to take care his crop. Thanks.